So look, it's very important. There's a strike which is taking place. So this is the IWGB union. People do look them up. I've been very proud to be on IWGB picket lines many a time myself. Just explain, what is the strike? You're a courier, so explain what is the strike about. You're in my home city, Sheffield. What is the strike all about, first of all? Just explain that to us.
It's about being tired of the way we're treated. We obviously, couriers have since the beginning of the pandemic, we've kind of become the driving force around the city. People think of us as just McDonald's deliverers or KFC deliverers, but we delivered things like Apple products, getting technology out to people, which was great for kids who were, trying to stay in education. We worked on Co-op and Sainsbury's and stuff, bringing groceries to people who were either, isolating or just didn't want to go outside through fear of infection, and prescriptions as well from Superdrug, which are vital for people's health. We kind of went underlooked. People didn't realize while everyone was at home staying safe, we were out delivering, we were out taking the risks. I've got children at home, and every day I had to get up and sort of say bye to the kids and wonder, is this the day when I bring it back to the household? Is this the day when something goes wrong? We were praised throughout the pandemic. We made millions for our company, who made between 2019 to 2020, I think it's 40 million plus net profit. And so we were expecting, when it was all over, we were expecting what anybody expects in those situations, which was praise and maybe a raise, maybe some kind of show that they were grateful for what we'd done. Instead, what we got was a slow decline in our standard earnings to a point that we'd gotten used to barely making anything and working long hours, and then a reduction in our base rate of 24%, while the CEO took a pay rise of 1,000%, from 210,000 in 2019 to 2.42 million in 2020. And finally, they said that you couldn't unite the couriers, that this is an area that couldn't be done. And we just said, no, screw you guys. We're not doing it anymore. That's it. We've had enough. Change it.
So this is a big strike, and it's spread, hasn't it? And so just tell us, just how big is the strike at the moment?
We've been going in Sheffield. This is day 15 of the strike in Sheffield, and it's been continuous. So we've been doing every McDonald's chain, 5 to 10, no Just Eat orders leaving. And we've had a more than 80% success rate across the board. You're never going to get 100% with a strike, but we're taking 80% as a massive win. We've closed down the two central McDonald's, High Street and Farm Road. Archer Road has remained completely solid and closed, and for the most part, Attercliffe, Hillsborough, and Handsworth have remained to a really reduced minimum, which has been absolutely fantastic. But ever since it started, it's gained sort of global viewing. People from Hong Kong have been in touch, and Food Panda decided that they'd had enough and they were doing their thing. And we've had support from Canada and the USA, Australia, Italy today, I think, went on their strike, and they sent us some messages of support and what have you. So it's been kind of insane and surreal. But locally as well, we've had a lot of stuff. So we were in Huddersfield on Tuesday. Those guys wanted to take action, so we went down and spoke with them. Paris, one of the guys, main influential guys on the strike, he went to Blackpool the day after, and they've been doing absolutely incredible with their actions, shutting down pretty much every McDonald's every day. And then we went to Sunderland the day after that to get those guys ball rolling and whatever, and they're going to be holding their protest tomorrow and starting to look forward with strike action. So it's getting really big really quickly.
Finally, what can people do to support you? There's a strike fund, isn't there, which I will be sharing across social media, encouraging everybody else to do so. So just tell us, what can we do? What can people either watching or listening to this do to support you?
There's obviously the strike fund, and that's there for, like myself, I'm an evening driver. I run a business in the morning, but that business doesn't make profit yet. I've just opened a garage and I have employees, and that sort of just maintains itself, but doesn't make any money. I continue to deliver in the evening to provide for my family. And at the moment, I haven't been doing that. I've been on the picket lines helping the guys. So there's a small amount of money there for drivers who can help out in that way. And that's what the fund helps. But it also helps to raise awareness by getting leaflets and publicity and everything else, all the things that we need to keep the strike going. But they can help by jumping on Twitter at Stuart_Delivery and give them a piece of their mind. Drivers get no sick pay, they get no minimum wage, they get no holiday pay, and we can be dismissed today and there's no appeal. And that's unacceptable for anybody in the workforce. So get on Twitter, let them know, get onto your local MPs and let them, get them in support. We've had a lot of MPs sending letters over to the Stuart CEOs and, showing their support. But yeah, it's pretty much anything you can do. If you can avoid McDonald's 5 to 10, which is our current striking, we have I think a festive break coming up where we're going to regroup, have some thinking time, and give Stuart the opportunity to get in touch. And then on January 1st, we will be going back at it. So if people want to help out, they can avoid ordering from McDonald's between those hours, and that helps to lower that amount as well. And they can always join us on the picket lines. We're always happy to have many people on the ground.
So, Khalil, I will be sharing that myself across on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, and I'll encourage others to do so. It's a really, really important strike. We've seen throughout the crisis, obviously in the first phase, people clapping. The frontline workers kept this country going from their windows and their doorsteps. There's huge numbers of people self-isolating, so couriers become...
when we were delivering to people's houses, we felt the support from them. They were so welcoming and so lovely that we were arriving. It was incredible. It was nice to see.
Which just shows the huge role that you played. That, of course, claps are not enough. You need to have the rights, which every worker in a country as wealthy as this, who work, as you say, for companies which give their chief executives huge pay rises, should expect as a bare minimum, let alone anything else. So it's so important. You're not just striking for yourselves, you're striking for other workers, because when workers like yourself show that leadership, you encourage other workers to think, hold on a minute, if they can fight back, if they're fighting back, why don't we do the same thing as well? And that just, IWGB, a union which really does organise often very workers who traditionally haven't been organised, have won huge victories and will continue to do so because of people like yourself.